Hello, my dear lover of wisdom. Welcome back to these fireside talks where I like to share about Greek philosophy and how it can help you to improve your quality of life, to help you to remain peaceful and calm in these difficult times. So today we're going to do something like a Greek lesson. I am going to share with you some important Greek words that can change your life if you only repeat them to yourself and apply them. The first word is Eudemonia. Some people pronounce it as Eudemonia. What it is, according to the ancient Greeks, Eudemonia is the state of human flourishing, where a person is able to fulfill their life purpose and to flourish their personality through the application of something called areti. Areti means virtue. Because, my dear friend, it's not about being successful in life. If you have outward success, but do not find fulfillment inwardly, what use is this success? So, this fulfillment, according to the Greeks, can only happen when you pursue your passion, you pursue your purpose, but always holding as a priority virtue. In other words, if you are going to be successful through an unvirtuous path, through lying, through stealing, through cheating your fellow human beings, no matter how successful you are outwardly, your soul will be tortured. You will go into vices such as drugs, addiction to gambling, addiction to sex, addiction to money, addiction to food, alcohol, smoking, depression, anxiety. All sorts of ills will befall you if you are choosing the path to outward success without looking at your inward integrity and virtue. So virtue, areti, as the Greeks call it, is the beginning of flourishing, of this eudemonia. Without virtue at the core and center of your being, all the success in the world will not make you happy. It will not fulfill you. So begin with virtue. Virtue is human excellence. It is moral excellence. To do the right thing at the right time and for the right reasons. So you see, eudemonia is not a light concept of just happiness and fun. Eudemonia begins with moral excellence. So I'd like to ask you, my dear friend, to reflect on that. How much are you practicing virtue? Or are you only occupying yourself with outward success? Have you been lost in the frenzy of outward success so that other people may acknowledge you? Outward influences will tell you how great you are. A person who has true eudemonia is what we call αυτόφωτος, self-lighting, self-radiance. Αυτό is the self. Photos, phos in Greek, is the light. In other words, can you illumine yourself? Can you be a self-creating happiness and not only expecting from the outside, from your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your children, your business success? If you depend on outward things, you will surely be let down, because the acquisition of external things is never going to fill this void. Believe me, my friends, I have plenty of examples of my own clients who are often very well-to-do, CEOs, successful celebrities. If you only knew how much anguish they're living, even if on the outside they have all the success that a person can dream of. Why? Because they never really focused on their inner work. The second word I have already mentioned is areti. Areti is virtue and excellence. Human excellence comes from being a good human being, a human being of love and duty. When you practice virtue, you will always be at peace with yourself. You will not have these total inner struggles that other people find themselves in, because your principle, your ethos will be your North Star. It will be guiding you always in the right direction. The third word is phronesis. One can translate it into practical wisdom or prudence. Phronesis. This has to do with tempering your passions, with looking at reality objectively to arrive at the truth, to do away with cognitive biases and prejudices that we often have. Are you a person of phronesis? Do you apply the practical wisdom? Phronesis is in the middle. It is the golden mean between being too conservative or too lenient. Phronesis is that golden balance that the Greeks sought. For the Greeks, the middle path is the path of personal excellence. And this is not as easy as it seems. My dear friends, It is like walking on the edge of a razor blade, because always the forces are pulling us into excess or scarcity. Maintaining equilibrium and thinking prudently is considered a virtue for the Greeks. Remember that next time you are faced with a challenge, to be phronim, prudent, and approach it with care. Kleos is another Greek word, and it is related to your reputation, to your glory that you will leave behind you. It has to do with living life with honor and duty. Kleos is your fame. What are you renowned for? What will be your legacy by those who will remember you? Doing good acts, acts that contribute to society, no matter what role you've been given, is part of developing this kleos. It is your honor, your reputation. Guard it wisely. For there is a saying that it is better to lose your eyesight than your reputation. A very harsh saying, one could say. And yet, what are we without our honor? What are we without our good reputation based on our good deeds? Again, if you are to gain your reputation through immoral ways, then it is no good at all. You must focus on the golden path of virtue to develop your kleos. Another Greek word, my dear friends, is xenia, philoxenia, a friend of the foreigner, of the stranger. And this has to do with hospitality and treating your guests with the utmost respect and generosity. Whether the guest comes to stay overnight, or for dinner, or merely visits your office, you must treat them with honor and respect, treating the other as you would like to be treated. And in this way you will benefit, because you can always learn from a stranger, you see. There's always the exchange of ideas, the possibility for collaboration, the possibility for a longer-term friendship. How many benefits you can have through being friendly to people who come into your life, to give them the benefit of the doubt, always exercising your prudence, your logic, and your reason. If you are judging them, to judge them fairly and objectively. And another Greek word is prosophi. I love this word, to tell you the truth. It is the root of the word prosephi, which means a prayer. Prosophi means mindfulness in Greek. Mindfulness is a vital activity, an ongoing process for you to apply and practice. Proshohi means attention, means focus, means unbiased observation, objective observation, taking everything into consideration, to seeing the bigger picture of your life, so that you do not become petty and small-minded. Proshohi means having a stability inside of you, a point of reference. The inner observer. Imagine it like the sun observing the clouds that pass by. The sun remains the sun and simply takes note of the various clouds or birds or winds that fly through. It has to do with remaining in your center, being grounded in your focus and self. The locus is inward. Nothing outside of you can shake you when you have this proshohi, continuous proshohi, all day long, observing without judging, taking note, using unbiased attention, observing what is, and not being too quick to judge whether it's good or bad. How many times have you said that something was bad and it turned out to be good? How many times have you observed something and believed it to be good, and later on it turned out to be bad and not useful? So let's not be too quick to judge. Proshohi means having that unshakable inner locus. The seventh Greek word is nostos. It is at the root of the word nostalgia. Nostos is that longing to return home, but not only to a physical home, but to our inner home, our inner citadel. Nostos has to do with keeping the culture and the heritage that you cherish, as in family, as in special holidays that you share with others. Nostos has to do with connecting to your roots, because your roots run very deep, whether or not you're aware of it. Your roots offer you stability. Imagine a tree that has deep roots. It cannot be blown away as easily as a tree that has shallow roots. That's why it's important that you connect with your forefathers and foremothers, your ancestral energy. remembering to love them and honor them for all they have contributed to who you are today. That doesn't mean that you cannot grow in your own direction. It simply means to honor them as people who have struggled before you to bring you thus far up the mountain. From now on, it's up to you to continue to move forwards and upwards. But let there always be a place in your heart for your family, your country, your community, this nostalgia to return to the people you love and to your own inner citadel. This, my dear friends, is Nostos. The next word is Ikos, quite related to Nostos, our previous word. Ikos is the Greek word related to the home, to the hearth, your place of belonging. And that may be the four walls and the roof over your head, but it goes much, much deeper. For the Greeks linked the word ikos to the word ekonomia, the economy, the general network that you are connected to. It's also the word of ecology. Ikos is the root inside the word ecology, the whole ecosystem that you live in, and having a respect for the fact that you are a citizen of the world, and therefore the whole planet is our home, and to be good earth stewards by acting locally, but thinking globally at all times. This is the essence of ikos, a sense of home, a sense of belonging, a sense of the house and home inside you, which you carry in your own heart and in your thoughts each day. Respecting and honoring the ikos will allow us to continue to survive as a human race. The next word is apathia. It sounds very similar and is the root of the word apathy, but it doesn't mean apathy in a negative way. Apathy means without passion. And for the Greeks who honored logic and reason, apathy and lack of passion was very important in order to be able to see things objectively. For the Greeks, if you are able to overcome your own passions, your own compulsions, your own addictions, this was to live with apathia. Apathia means inner calm and is very closely linked to the next and last word, ataraxia. Ataraxia. A is the negative, as in apathia. Tarahi means shaking, like when the earth shakes in an earthquake. So when you have ataraxia, you are unshakable, unshakable, like the rock that is hit by the sea, but is not shaken by the sea. As a proper Stoic and philosopher, you must be like this rock, unshakable on the inside, not allowing the ebb and the flow of the tide to shake you or to move you. Yes, to be flexible, but to have that inner center, to have that inner locus that is you, that you can connect to through your breath and breathing. And this, my dear friend, brings us to the end of our 10 Greek words that can transform your life and your outlook. Now, for the patrons who support my work on patreon.com, I have a very special surprise waiting for them, waiting for you. If you go to Patreon, we will continue this exercise with a guided meditation. For now, I hope you enjoy your Christmas or holiday season with your friends, with your family, or even alone. And I want to reassure you that I will be uploading videos around this Christmas time, just to keep you company, just so we can be together. And I don't want any of you to feel alone during this time. Make sure to comment, to share my video. Make sure to offer me your suggestions for other videos. I am here for you, sending you all my love from Athens, Greece.